Call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving on to roll call.
Heritage Commission Chairperson Casey Benner.
Here.
Heritage Chair, Vice Chair Tom Hooper. Here. Heritage Commission Member Whitney Tucker.
Here.
Heritage Commission Member Mark Buckeye.
Here.
Board Liaison Patrick Fahey. We have a quorum.
Okay, moving on to the approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. Sorry.
My second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on to the approval of minutes from our last meeting of March 16th, 2026.
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on to the introduction of evidence.
Yes, I asked the commission if they would allow entry of a matter of record, the St. Genevieve Municipal Code and the design guidelines for the St. Genevieve National Register Historic District.
Make a motion to approve the evidence.
A second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the evidence. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on to old business.
Okay, so the walking tour that SRI, they were here before you all, and then they had a public meeting. I believe it was the very next day, if I remember correctly, or thereabouts. At that public meeting, we had an excellent turnout. We had an excellent crowd for that meeting. They went back and forth with discussions with the people there, took some ideas with them, and they're incorporating those and moving forward with the project. Dave, do you have anything to add as far as where they're at currently?
They've got some additional email feedback, so in addition to the meeting itself, they continue to get feedback. We've made just a tiny tweak to the list. The two houses on the Moses Austin property will be one stop now, and I think we combined another stop in order to get the Museum Learning Center and the French Colonial Life Museum on the tour. And that made sense.
Yes. Next, the 2026 HPF grant update. They're extending that review date. We did the pre-application. They received it, and they got back with us and told us they're extending that because of the large amount of submittals that were done, so it kind of overwhelmed them. So they're taking some time to do that. So when we hear anything further from that, we'll report that as soon as possible.
Okay, and it looks like we have no new business, so we can move on to the administrative approvals.
Sure. So we've got 6 administrative approvals that I have done since I've been here. 1 certificate of appropriateness, and that information on that is in your packet. I took a picture of the building there, and you can see the work that they did up in the northwest corner. They infilled the existing window area with cinder block And they will paint that once it's been there and cured, and they're gonna paint that to match that particular building. There's nothing in there right now, and they haven't told me. Dave, I don't know that they've told you anything about what they want to do with that building at this point, but they have not informed me about anything they're going to do there.
I think they're going through some possibilities.
Gotcha. And when we find that out, we'll obviously relay that info. The remaining attestations, you can see there multiple properties doing several different things. A lot of roof replacements. The first couple are flat roof type material. One's a flat roof replacement for an existing flat roof. The one on 64 North 2nd Street, however, it was a barn style type metal roof, even though the roof is essentially flat. So it has a lot of leaks in that roof. So you can't see any of that roof. It does have a rubber membrane on the parapet area, but just not the roof itself. So they were having a significant amount of leaks. They were replacing it with a rubber style roof as well. The next one at 135 South Main, they're going to do a roof there, door fascia and gutter material, and that's all like for like replacement. So they're not changing what's already in place. 301 Jefferson Street, a lot of work going on there. They're taking the chimney, and I say replacement, they're taking it down, doing tuck pointing. They got a standing seam metal roof, they're replacing it. They got wood soffit and fascia material, and they're going to replace it with wood soffit and fascia material. So they're staying with the existing materials. The final one there at 373 South 4th Street is a roof replacement, which is existing shingle with new shingles. And that's all I have on administrative approvals at this point in time.
Okay. Do we have any other business?
Just from me, just to let everybody know, you can see we've got several things going on there. We've got 4 that has come in since I made this agenda. One of them will be a case under new business for you all to review and look at for next month. They just couldn't quite get it to this month's meeting. Already had that out for the agenda out for about 3 days when they sent that stuff to me. So we were hoping to get it on this one, but they just didn't make it in. So, and they're fine with that. That'll be coming next month's meeting. And like I said, I've already got several approvals that I've done in-house already as well. So busy times right now, which is good.
Quick question for you, real
Yes.
quick. And me and David had talked about it before. We had a situation with one of the buildings downtown. But are you getting all your information on, like, if they're saying, all right, we're going to replace the place of standing seam with standing seam? Are you verifying that it's actually standing seam or
Yes.
it's actual shingle?
Yes, we will do that. Yes.
Okay. I was just asking because I know we had a roof that actually they said they were using like material, but it was actually asbestos style roof, and
Yeah.
they said it was a asbestos shingle, but the survey is wrong.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, so I use a combination thing. So I use the survey to see what's there. They usually provide a photo of, which sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't.
Right.
So we'll do site visits, and then when they're done with the project,
Yeah, okay.
we'll do a site comparison as well.
Okay, I was just curious because I know the survey at my house was wrong. It said
Yeah.
asphalt shingle, mine was asphalt or asbestos slate too, but
Gotcha. And hopefully we can get those kind of things corrected as we're going through
Right,
time.
right.
We can change that.
Do we have any public comments? No? Okay. We can adjourn.
you want a motion? Motion
Do we?
adjourned.
Do we need a motion?
And we have a motion before?
No?
We did? I thought we did.
I think we did once.
We did.
Oh, we
We
can-
did the
we
final.
can- we can-
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?